And welcome back to the Township of Whitewater Region's regular council meeting for Wednesday, March 18th. We're going to call ourselves back to order here at 4:45 p.m. And just a reminder to any of the listeners that might have been listening to us earlier this afternoon, we took a recess once we finished the majority of the items on our agenda. We have 2 items left. Item number 6, presentations, and then of course the final confirmatory bylaw. But we get to hear from today our Whitewater Region Public Library Board, 2 representatives, Sarah and Mary. And what I'd like to do is, just before we call them up to the podium, we'll get Councillor White to do a brief introduction so we can introduce him to anybody that might be watching.
Greetings. Sarah Lott is the new chair of the library board. She's been a member for 2 years. She lives in Beachburg, is a mom of 1, and she grew up here and just moved back 6 years ago. Mary Clark, she's in her 4th year on the board. She also lives in Beachburg. She has 2 daughters and will be an empty nester at the end of the year as her daughter heads off, one of the daughters heads off to university. She's a registered social worker and works at Marion Hill Long-Term Care. And both of them moved back to the area. Well, Sarah moved back to the area. Mary moved to the area at COVID in 2020.
Good, and with that, please come on up to the mic. And you just for formality's sake, I'll get you to introduce yourself, Sarah, and then you can proceed.
All right, so I'm Sarah Lott. Thank you, Connie, and thank you for having us here today. So I'm the new chair of the library board. As Connie said, I came back to the area about 6 years ago, just as COVID hit. I had been living in Ottawa for 15 years before that, but I grew up in Laurentian Valley area, which at the time was Allison Fraser. So I'm happy to be back. I love being in the Beachburg area. The Whitewater region is just fantastic. So in my free time, I like to volunteer. I'm on the Beachburg Public School Council as well. I'm chair on that, and I'm obviously chair on the library board. And here with me today is my vice chair, Mary Clark. So since I've only been on the board as chair now for just under 2 months, your tough questions, I'm going to defer to Mary. All right, so we can get started. Thank you. So our AGM was held at the end of January, so we just wanted to come and kind of introduce ourselves. As mentioned, I'm Sarah Lott. We have our vice chair, Mary Clark. Monica Lagrada is our treasurer. Angela Stone Butterworth is our secretary. We have Megan Suter, who is relatively new to the board. She's only been with us for the last year. And then Jim Butterworth, who you guys are familiar with. He was our past chair. Debbie McLaughlin is our CEO and one of the head librarians. And then, of course, Councillor Tabbert is our council representative. So we're always looking for new members. So reach out to your constituents, anyone who wants to join us. We are happy to have them. Also on our team are our wonderful librarians. So I just have a slide here just so you can put some faces to names. We have Debbie McLaughlin. She is our CEO and the branch librarian in Cobden. Lori Patterson is our wonderful branch librarian in Beachburg. And then we have Summer Boone. She is our program librarian. She works out of both branches and she does all of the amazing programs, the after school. If any of your kids or grandkids have joined us, it's because of Summer. She is fantastic. And then we have 2 casual librarians, and they're both working out of Cobden and Beachburg. So we have Anne Bromley and Margot Foy. So that is our team. But we would be remiss not to mention our other amazing volunteers and donors. So one new thing that we're doing this summer is we're going to be installing a donor wall. And that's going to be at each branch. And it's just an initiative to give us an opportunity to acknowledge and recognize the generous contributions of businesses, individuals, and community groups that support the library. And then we also recognize our wonderful volunteers. We have them of all ages. We have some students that come just to check out your books. We have guest speakers come in. We have book clubs that are run by volunteers. And then we just have our fundraisers, and they come and help us with those. So our library really is a space for everyone. So that's one thing that we're really focusing on this year, and we're really building on the sense that the library is a community hub. So we have a number of things that are always going on with the forward-facing get people into the library, let's get us out into the community. So work together. So fundraising, for example, we have our annual trivia night. We have used book sales. We have our Christmas market auction. We also have a memorial scholarship, the Barbara McWaugh Memorial Scholarship. I'll talk about that on the next slide. We have our after-school programs, the TD summer reading program. We have our book clubs, backpack kits. We have knitting and watercolor classes. We have an internet cafe program, and we've set up a collaboration with the Whitewater seniors. So there's really more to libraries than just books. So this next slide is about the Barbara McWaugh Memorial Scholarship. It's currently ongoing, and we've actually recently just done a reach out to all of the local high schools. That's new this year because we don't get a lot of applicants, but we do have 2 scholarships available. They're $500 each, and it's not a lot to be eligible. You have to be a resident of Whitewater. You have to be a patron of the library, which if you're a resident, it is free to sign up and have your library card. And you just have to have demonstrate an interest in libraries and literacy. So it's a small little essay that you can send to us. So yeah, I've reached out to all the local high schools that are within our catchment area and spoken to their guidance counselors and the vice principals and asked that they share our information. So already this year, we have a couple new initiatives. This week, actually, yesterday and today, we have pizza parties happening for our Teen Advisory Board, TAB. We're hoping to get some teen programming set up. So 2 of our board members have organized, yesterday was in Beachburg and today is in Cobden. And it's just gonna be an informal chit chat with teenagers. Find out what would draw them to the libraries, if there's programs they would like, if there's books or topics that they want to see more of. It's really just a conversation. So that's happening right now. We've also partnered with a homeschooling group. So they come out to the Beachburg branch once a week to do their programming. And we've also developed a French club. So we have lots of comings and goings. It's been really good. Also ongoing right now is a wonderful initiative by our library patron, Lynn Langton, and it's a birdhouse fundraiser. So they've built birdhouses, and it's $40, and you can purchase them. We also are offering, for an extra $10, you can paint at the library. So that's happening right now. And then just the other weekend, we partnered with the WDRA at their winter carnival and had a book sale that was very successful, and it was nice to get out in the community. So that was a new initiative for us. So a big area of focus for us is recruitment. So as you saw on the first slide, we're a small board. There's only 6 of us plus the CEO and our council representative. We need 5 members to be a board, so we need more people. So right now, actually next weekend, we're meeting as the board to have a special meeting on recruitment strategies. And it's not just for board members, it's also going to be for community involvement, for volunteers. We just really want to have more people, all ages, come out and experience the wonderful libraries that we have. So I just have here kind of the criteria that needs to follow if you want to be a board member. We have monthly meetings, but we don't meet in the summer, we don't meet in December. It is a 4-year term that we're requesting, that we are going to follow kind of council's guide on your 4-year terms. Your role is really just to discuss and vote on issues regarding library operations, our finances, attend and participate in those events and promotions that we host, and then just advocate for and liaise with the community on behalf of the library. It's not a huge time commitment, but it's an important time commitment, and it is what you make it. So and we have a pretty great team. So we hope more people in the community will join us. As for library volunteers, you know, it's a great way for high school students to get those volunteer community hours. Lots of fun things. You don't have to just stand and, you know, shelve the books. You can work at our events. You can, you know, come to a used book sale, chat about books. It's pretty great. So last year we developed as a board our strategic plan, and right now we're in the consultation phase. So this slide is slightly not quite up to date. We thought we'd have the survey out Monday. It looks like it's going to actually be going out this Friday. So still pretty close. But our first step of the consultations is to send out surveys to all of our patrons. We're also going to have hard copies in the branches, and we'll have QR codes, and we'll share it on our social media and get the word out. But basically, we just want to hear from everyone in the community what things you would like to see. You know, if we had an extra $500, what could we put that towards? What's something that could draw you? What aren't we doing? What are we missing? So we just want to hear good, bad, you know, mostly good. No, just anything. And the survey is going to be open till March 31st. And then from that survey, we're going to do some in-person discussions. We're going to hold two, one at each branch. They're scheduled right now for April 14th and April 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. And on the end of the survey, our patrons can actually say, like, yes, I'd be interested in attending. We're not going to, it's not a forced thing. We want to have the conversation. So those are going to be happening. We're looking forward to hearing back from everybody. And then here's just some numbers for you. So from April 2025 to February 2026, those are the most recent numbers I have, the library saw an increase in 226 patrons. We went from 2,555 to 2,781. So we're growing, and it's wonderful. And it is so fun to go to the libraries and see all ages there. It's the little kids, it's seniors, it's everyone in between. So it's really, really nice. So just in context of Whitewater region, that's over 38% of the residents. However, that number is actually going to be a lot higher because a lot of families share their cards as households. So if we're talking individuals, it might actually be more than 38% of our residents. So it's really good. We're really happy with those numbers. And then I just have our operating budget, the difference down below there for you. As you guys know, you recently approved it. And then that is all. These are our hours. So the only day we're closed is Sunday. We have hours Monday through Saturday at one of the branches. So come on out. Feel free to contact us. And if you have any questions now, we are happy to answer for you.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you so much. Love that PowerPoint. Whoever's doing your PowerPoints up.
That was me.
Very gifted with PowerPoint, I can tell. No, and before we open it up to questions, I just wanted to, on behalf of council, to say thank you to both of you and your board as a whole. You are volunteers, and we appreciate it. We know firsthand how much things cost, and volunteers are the best resource. You get way more than you could ever hope to get, so thank you. And with that, I'll open it up to council. Any questions or comments for Sarah and Mary? Joey.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, through you to the presenter. It is interesting when we look at the membership numbers that unfortunately a branch closed fairly recently, but still, even with that, the membership is up. So that's it. I wouldn't have thought that, but it is interesting. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Any other members of council? Any questions or comments? Good, I've got a couple. Guys, Sarah, I do this all the time. I come up with stuff. And some of these may not be directed directly to you, but donations, you said you're doing a donation wall?
Yeah.
To indicate. Do you provide tax receipts? Do we provide them for you? How does the tax receipt thing work?
So our treasurer does provide tax receipts. So for example, each year I'm sort of the force behind the Christmas auction, and I go around to local stores here in the community to ask for a donation of some kind, whether it's a gift certificate, a product of some kind from their stores. I want you to know the community has been fabulous. They've been very, very generous with us, and I have them fill out a couple of forms when I ask for the donation, and one is so that we can issue a tax receipt. So those have just gone out recently, and you know, I think that's really important that we issue those, and that we thank our donors, because you know, I've been doing the Christmas auction for 3 years now, and I'm going back to the same places, and they're more than happy to provide a donation. And this year the donations increased, believe it or not, and I was worried because fiscal times are hard, but you know, some of the gift certificates went from $20 to $50. So our community is extremely generous and supportive of the libraries.
And that's excellent that we offer that up front. I've had similar questions from other volunteer organizations about the tax receipt thing. So it's something for us to note. I just don't know if it's done as readily as easily as you're describing with some of our other organizations. So good lesson learned. 25th anniversary. This year is our 25th anniversary. I'm assuming it's also your 25th anniversary. Have you considered partnering with us in any of our activities to celebrate the 25th?
We have.
Yeah, we have. It's actually an item on our next agenda on Tuesday.
Oh,
So we'll be reaching out once we come up with some ideas. Yeah.
perfect. And
Yes.
you've already got the director lined up, so
Yes.
good. Teen programming. You're funding that teen programming out of your current operating numbers that you had in your previous slide?
Yes, so our, some of our fundraisers, when we're doing the fundraisers, we say where the money is going towards. So, the Christmas auction,
Christmas auction this year.
yeah, all the monies raised were put towards the teen programming.
Wow, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Now, you're aware that we offer a grant for programming as well? Sorry, before I go any further with this, they don't qualify? Okay.
Well,
See?
that was.
Right there.
That was exciting.
So, bait and switch. What about the grant that's offered, that's due on March 20th? I'm looking at the Director of Community Services. Is that something they would qualify for? Do you remember what that's called?
I could sit up in my chair now. The Sport for All, or the Community Foundations grant, which is offered through the the Pembroke and Petawawa Community Foundation. I don't remember the tagline offhand, but it closes on the 20th, which I believe is Friday. So you would be able to apply for that
Okay.
funding.
And we would love to give you a letter of support.
Wonderful,
Excellent.
thank
If
you.
that's something that we can facilitate. Good. You talked about collaboration with the Whitewater seniors. Seniors are huge users of libraries. They're always asking me about book landing hubs. What are those, book nooks? The book trees. So I know that they're interested in books because they're always asking me about book trees. Have you considered collaboration with the Riverview Seniors, the Cobden Seniors Clubs?
So we would love to collaborate with any seniors club in our area that is affiliated and can come out and visit us at one of the branches. The Beachburg initiative that we did there was an internet cafe. So we had seniors in the community that were struggling with technology and really wanted to learn a little bit more about even how to send an email, how to use Facebook Marketplace to sell something. So we were able to start up an internet cafe out of the Beachburg branch. And it's a small group, but it's a group of seniors who come out and they're learning computer skills and they're learning how to stay sort of up to date with technology to the best of their abilities with, the equipment that they have and all of that. So we definitely see a need to work with seniors across our communities. So yes, we would be interested in partnering with another seniors group within the region for sure.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I know somebody who knows the seniors groups, so.
Yeah, and the other thing, we have a lot of large print books. So right now, I know Margot is taking those books out to some of the seniors in the community at Foresters Falls location and offering some of those books to them. They're books sometimes that we've culled from our library, and we would just like to see them have a new home. And the seniors are really enjoying having those books because books are expensive. And if we can pass along some gently used books and magazines, they're thrilled to have them.
Oh, that's perfect. Last one, and I've heard someone has mentioned it to me about new immigrants to the community. And I heard someone tell me that there's a group that meets at the library,
Yeah.
French-based.
Yes.
So they're basically using it as a gathering point.
Yes,
Is
so
that, can you speak to
in our
that?
Beachburg branch, Lori, one of our librarians, was approached by a couple and a family that had moved, I think, from Quebec area into our area, and they were looking for French resources and French books for their children and for their family. So that really opened a dialogue with our librarian about what it was they felt they needed. And we've been able to start up and take a closer look at those French services. So we are ordering more books in French. We have flashcards that we've donated. I've donated a bunch of flashcards that my daughter used in school. They're French and English flashcards. Just recognizing that we are a country that is bilingual in French and English, and we want to support families who want to, pursue their French language and support that.
Wow. Good. Last thing I'll say is I have a library card because last year, I think Jim came and did the presentation.
Yeah.
And my daughter sat me down, and I can't remember the name of it, but she sat me down and has me signed up for Libby.
Oh,
wonderful.
fantastic.
And it's basically audiobooks, or you can read them electronically too, but love it.
Wonderful.
You know, I don't go to the library, but I am using your services through Libby.
Excellent. And we even have streaming services. Canopy is one of our streaming services, so people can stream movies and shows and all through using their library card. And that's, very helpful for some families nowadays, right now too, to be able to tap into those resources.
Oh,
So
good. Good.
check those out next.
I'll add it to my list.
Okay.
Good. Does that trigger any other questions or comments from council or staff? Is there anything that you guys want to throw in? Good. You absolutely, please, Deputy Mayor.
Anyone who doesn't have one, here's what they look like. So, there you go. Thank you.
Mine's the cardboard type, it's not laminate.
I have a really
Old school,
I have a really cute and funny story to tell you if you have a minute.
please.
So my daughter and I were trying to renew her health card at a Service Ontario last year, and she's 17, she doesn't have a driver's license, so she only had so much ID, and I came loaded with everything she had, her passport, everything. And we get into the Service Ontario, and we're trying to get this health card done, and they want photo ID, and they want things with her signature, and they want things with her address on it. And we stood there for many minutes trying to process this. And at the end of it, the lady nicely looked up at me and said, "Do you have anything else?" And I looked up to my daughter and I said, "Jess, do you have anything else?" She pulled out her Whitewater Region library card, and because it had her signature on the back, they accepted that, and that is what got her health card renewed that day. I'm not kidding. And it was like, and I looked at the lady, I said, "Oh, I'm so glad she had that, because I got nothing." So the power of a Whitewater library card is great.
Right there. Well, that's a good point to end it on. So we just, on behalf of council, thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for everything you're doing in the community, and please do not hesitate to ask for support. You have Councillor White, you have Director of Community Services. Use these resources, even if it's only questions and
Thank you so much.
networking.
Thank you.
And thank
Excellent.
you to Councillor Connie for her guidance. We really appreciate everything.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Excellent. And we have one item left on our agenda to do, and that is item number 15, which is our confirmatory bylaw. The recommendation is that be it resolved that bylaw 2603-1826, a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council, is to be taken as read and passed. A mover and a seconder, please. Deputy Mayor and Councillor Trim. And it's non-debatable, so all those in favor? And it's unanimous. It's carried. And item 16, we are adjourned at 5:09 PM.